Let's talk about something I think is a real game changer. What if you could take one, just one, really good idea and spin it into an entire business? Today, we're going to break down how a single AI workflow can become a full-blown product ladder, one that scales your income from, say, a simple $27 offer all the way up to a premium $197 package, and yet even way beyond that. Does this sound familiar? You have like a dozen notebooks filled with amazing ideas. You build a few things here, a few things there, but you end up with a bunch of scattered products that don't really connect. And honestly, they just don't sell. It's super frustrating, and it leads to so much wasted time and effort with very little to show for it. And that brings us to this powerful, powerful idea. The answer isn't to chase more ideas. No way. It's about going deep, really deep, on one single system that you know works. I'm telling you, that shift in your thinking can change literally everything for your business. This problem is so common, it actually has a name, the creator's trap. It's that constant chase for the shiny new object, the belief that if you just offer more and more stuff, you'll make more sales. But in reality, it just splits your focus, drains your energy, and you end up doing a lot of things kind of poorly. The outcome is almost always the same, right? You get burned out, your income is all over the place, a good month followed by a terrible one, and your audience, they're confused. They don't really know what you stand for. It's this vicious cycle that just keeps you spinning your wheels instead of building real momentum. So how do we break out of this trap? Well, there's a really elegant solution, and it's built on two core concepts: having one single high-value AI workflow, and then using a strategic product ladder to guide your customer step by step. Okay, first things first, let's be super clear about what an AI workflow actually is. This is not about some magic one-off prompt. Think of it more like a reliable recipe. It's a structured, repeatable system that takes a specific input, like, say, a simple idea for a blog post, and uses AI to consistently pump out a high-value output, like a fully drafted SEO-optimized article, every single time. And the product ladder? Well, that's how you actually turn your workflow into a real business. It's such a smart strategy because it makes it super easy for customers to say yes to you. They can start with a tiny, low-risk purchase, get a real result, and then they naturally want to climb that ladder to see what else you've got.
Just look at the difference here. On the one hand, trying to sell a big, expensive product to someone who's never met you is, well, it's like asking someone to marry you on the first date. It's a huge ask. But the latter approach, on the other hand, builds trust one step at a time. This gets you way more sales up front, and this is the important part. It dramatically increases the lifetime value of every customer because they're on this journey with you.
Okay, let's get into the fun part, the nuts and bolts. How do you actually build this thing? The secret is to take your one amazing workflow and just deconstruct it. You slice it up into different layers of value, and those layers become your different products. We're going to start at the very bottom of the ladder with a price that's almost an impulse buy. $27. This is the welcome mat to your entire business. Now, the whole goal of this $27 offer is to deliver a quick, tangible win. We are not giving away the entire system here. No, we're just giving them enough, maybe a few core prompts and a simple checklist to get a small but really meaningful results, and to get it fast. That immediately builds trust and gets the ball rolling. Okay, next up, the mid-tier. This is for the person who got that quick win from your first product and is now thinking, whoa, that was cool, I want more, how do I do this all the time? This is their logical next step. See, at this level, you're giving them the tools for consistency. This is where you might bring in your expanded frameworks, maybe some video walkthroughs, and some juicy templates. The goal here shifts from getting just one result to getting repeatable, reliable results. This is where the real transformation for them starts to happen. And finally, at the very top of our ladder, we've got the premium offer. This is for the person who's all in. They are totally committed and they want the entire end-to-end system to just skyrocket their progress. At this premium level, people aren't just buying information anymore, they are buying speed. They're buying clarity. They get the entire workflow, including all the advanced stuff like automation strategies and standard operating procedures. Basically, they are buying back their time by getting a complete roadmap that takes away all the guesswork. This table just lays it all out so perfectly. Check out the progression. At $27, the whole purpose is a quick win, and you deliver that with some simple prompts. Then you move up to the mid-tier, and the purpose becomes consistency, which is supported by bigger frameworks and videos. And finally, at that premium level, the goal is mastery, and you deliver that with the whole shebang, the full system and SOPs. It's one workflow, just strategically packaged at different depths. See how that works?
Building the products is one thing, but selling them? That's where a lot of people get stuck. And the single biggest mistake I see is focusing on what's in the product instead of why someone should even care.
I mean, look at the night and day difference on this slide. The weak message on the left says includes 50 prompts. Okay, who cares? Nobody wakes up in the morning excited to buy 50 prompts. But that strong message on the right, it sells the dream. Create high-converting content in a fraction of the time. Now that is the transformation your customer is actually looking for. This is probably the most important marketing lesson you'll ever learn. You have to burn this into your brain. Your customers are not buying your PDFs or your videos. They are buying a better, faster, more successful version of themselves in the future.
Now, to make sure your workflow is actually strong enough to build this whole ladder on top of, it needs to be a complete system. As you can see here, it starts with clearly defined inputs. Then you have the heart of it all, the prompting sequence. That generates your initial output, which you then make even better through a refinement layer. And then, and this is critical, it ends with deployment, showing people exactly how to use the output in the real world. That end-to-end process is what creates real sellable value.
So you've got the framework. You see how it all fits together. What now? The most important thing is to just get started and not get caught in the trap of trying to make everything perfect. Your path forward is pretty simple, actually. Just build the core of your workflow first, then launch it quickly as what we call a minimum viable product. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just get it into the hands of real customers, listen to what they say, and then make it better. I promise you, in this game, speed always, always beats perfection. And look, if you only remember one thing from this whole explainer, please let it be this. Real leverage in your business, in your creative work, it doesn't come from chasing 100 different ideas. It comes from mastering one single system and exploring just how deep it can go.
And that brings us to the final and most important question for you. What is that one process, that one skill, that one system you already have that you could break down and build into your own product ladder? That's your gold mine. That's your starting point.
Let